Okay, so what are we, like 26 minutes into the stock market today? And my plan today was to do an exercise um, from a book on psychology that I read. It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And I'll explain it later on in this video. But essentially, what I was going to do, he recommends. Now, this is for psychology purposes because a lot of trading is psychology. It's not learning charts and everything. The thing that people struggle with the most is the psychology of trading, and it's very complicated and complex, and it's something you really need to work on. So what he recommends is he wants you to take a strategy, whatever your edge is, and commit to taking 20 trades using this strategy. So what I was going to do is use the 9 EMA, which is this blue line here, and the edge, the strategy I was looking for was if I had two candles closing above the 9 EMA, I was going to go long. Or if I had two green candles, if I had two red candles closing below the 9 EMA, I was going to go short and then use my regular risk management to manage the trade. But this this is a 2-minute chart here on the S&P 500 ETF, the SPY. And what there's no way I'm trading this. I mean, look at this mess. So if you're new to trading and you see this absolute insanity going on here, sorry for my cold. You do not want to take a trade in this. And anyway, I was going to wait for at least the first half hour of trading just to work all of this stuff out. But I think I haven't checked the news today, and the economic calendar is pretty light today. Um, so I can only assume that, let me check the news. I can only assume that the news of the day, tariff news or whatever, is causing the market to do this. So now I have possibly coming up to two green candles closing above the 9 EMA. But I can't trade in this market. So even though, according to Douglas's book, you have to stick to that strategy and take the trades. However, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? This is crazy. Now, so I have now two candles close above, two green candles closed above the 9 EMA. But the market is just too crazy to take a trade. Um, so I'll have to see what I'm going to do. All right. I'm waiting on one more green candle above this 9 EMA. And then I'm planning on buying five May 9 564 SPY calls. So this second candle has got to close above this 9 EMA as green. Otherwise, this is no trade. This actually turned out to be a pretty decent trade. Here's the second. I didn't take it because of all this volatility. Plus, there was news coming out, economic data coming out at 10 o'clock. So this was 10:50, 9:58. So I wanted to wait at least 30 minutes before taking a trade. And it didn't happen. So I missed that. But we'll see what happens here. All right. So we got it. I'm taking this. All right. We are now long 5 SPY calls. So we bought them at 553. So now if we get a candle closing under the 9 EMA, we're going to get out of this trade. It's supposed to be 2 candles, but so that's 1 candle closed under the 9 EMA after our purchase. So if we get another one, we're going to get out of this trade. Otherwise, we stay in it. Okay, we didn't have 2 close under, so we're still in this trade. And this is the whole point of Douglas's book, Trading in the Zone. It's to teach you psychology of trading. Remove the emotion, right? You have your setup. You have your system that you want to trade. You have your edge. And he's saying that you should stick to it no matter what. So the system I decided to trade is this one, the 9 EMA. And you have your risk management to protect you from big losses, right? It turns into a losing trade. If I have 2 red candles close under the 9 EMA, then I get out of this trade. So now on the profit side, I'm looking for a 20% profit. At that point, I'll get out probably 3 contracts. And if it continues to go up like another 5%, then I'll take off another contract and let a runner, and then I'll adjust my stop loss. So now I had a little drawdown, and now let's see where we're at. Now I'm on the plus side. I'm dying here, right? But Uncle Pete's got a really bad cold. Hopefully the market will treat him right today. All right, now we're getting a little bit of a push. Let's see if we can get above high of day. All right. Well, here it is, folks. This is the life of a day trader. Sitting around staring at a screen. You have to ask yourself if this is what you want to do. Right? If this is the life you want. Ideally, what I like to do is be done by noon. You know, ideally, what I'd like. I don't want to sit here all day and watch the market. I want to get out by noon. All right, so we stick to the plan. We stay in this trade until we reach our profit percentage, or we get 2 red candles under the 9 EMA. That's the whole point of this exercise, is to remove the emotional aspects out of trading and just be a machine. You're being a computer. I program the computer to take this trade like this, and you have to stick to it. Right? Still above the 9 EMA. So if I didn't mention it, these are 2-minute candles. You know, I had a choice. I could use the 1-minute candles or the 5-minute candles. I decided to kind of split the difference and use the 2-minute candles. Looks like we're going to have our first red candle under the 9 EMA since I got long. All right, we got one. So we had this initial high here at the open. Let's see if it can hold this. And don't forget, this has got to be a red candle under here. Oh, all right. I'm battling back. What's going to happen? Is this going to be a profitable trade or not? So let me close that ticket. I'm refreshing my... So now we have 2 more green candles closed above the 9 EMA. A very boring video game, but it's a war. It's a war in here between the bulls and the bears. Who's going to win? Right? Maybe that's what draws a lot of younger people to wanting to day trade, aside from the promises of instant riches. I'm sure you've all seen thousands of different people with videos on YouTube on how you can get rich day trading. I won't be posting videos like that. It's not honest. I post videos on how you can get rich through prudent investing. But if you want to delve into day trading, I think there's a proper way to do it. And if you look on my channel, there's a 15 point. There's a video that I have 15 points of should you become a day trader or not. 15 questions to ask yourself. You could look for that video on my channel. I think it'll help you decide whether or not you want to engage in this. All right, so we got a nice lower wick here on this one, and we had a nice increase in volume down here over the previous 2 volume bars. So, well, we'll see what happens. The battle is going on. Yeah, I'm sick as a dog. I'm playing hurt today. Playing hurt. I'm sure you could see by this that this is why the psychology part of trading is so important, because you got money on the line here. This can drive you nuts, right? This can drive you crazy dealing with this. That's why you have to you got to check your emotions. You can't get emotional about this. You have to be a machine. You got to learn to be a machine. And you can't let your emotions guide your trading, or you're just going to lose a lot of money. All right, so we got one candle under. Nice bull flag here, maybe. All right. Hopefully we can get above that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, a lot of buyers step in here on this 2-minute candle. See if they can do it again. Yeah, the volume is pretty low right now. This early in the market, we're an hour in, it's pretty low. We have FOMC on Wednesday. Today and tomorrow it might just be a wait and see until Wednesday and what the Fed does. Yeah, this is not looking good now. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to get out. All right, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not liking the action today. This low volume and with the Fed meeting on Wednesday. So today and tomorrow, probably not going to be a good time to trade. Let's see. So now we're bouncing off of VWAP. Possibly we could just trade in this zone here. We might be just trading in this zone here all day. Who the hell wants to? I don't want to trade in this slop and chop right here. So today and tomorrow might be a good day to just sit out the market, wait for the Fed on Wednesday, and then see what happens. All right. So today was day one on me trading Mark Douglas's strategy of taking 20 trades with no emotion. So this was the first trade. And we'll come back tomorrow. I'll see if I want to take a trade tomorrow. But until then, all right, that's it for today. Okay, so this is the next day. I already finished up trading for my second day using Douglas's 20 trade strategy. So, or 9 EMA strategy that I'm using for his psychology test. So yesterday, you can see my trades right here. Bought to open. And I'm going real small size. All right, doing this. I bought to open 5 SPY calls at 553, and then I sold them at 530. Okay. And today, May 6th, I went back in again. I took 5 calls. And so 10-12 was here. So these 2 candles right here, this is where I went long, right here at 10-12. And then I made about 12%, so I got out of the position. And I ended up, for a 2-day total, I'm on the plus side for 220 bucks. Okay? So that's 2 trades I've taken. I strongly recommend you read Mark Douglas's book, Trading in the Zone. Goes over everything you need to know about psychology, which is so important. And the last chapter of the book, he talks about a 20 trade test to test your commitment to no emotions, to trading with no emotions. All right. So yesterday I lost $121. Today I made $342. We'll see what tomorrow brings.